Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Hanna, and today I'll be working with Catherine, a 62-year-old woman from upstate South Carolina who sustained a large ischemic stroke impacting multiple left hemisphere regions. Her medical history includes diabetes and a newly diagnosed atrial fibrillation, which likely caused the stroke. Prior to her neurocognitive injury, Catherine worked as a court reporter and held a master's degree in literature. She enjoys reading, spending time with family and friends, and creating art pieces such as hand-embroidered art. She now resides in a skilled nursing facility where she continues to receive multidisciplinary care with strong family involvement, especially from her brother, sister-in-law, and nieces who visit her frequently. Following her stroke, Catherine initially presented with global aphasia and has since made significant gains. The Western Aphasia Battery Revised was administered to determine aphasia type and severity. Catherine's aphasia quotient was 46.8, consistent with moderate Broca's aphasia. Her comprehension at the word and short sentence level is relatively preserved, but her expressive language remains effortful, agrammatic, and emotionally taxing. Her cognitive skills are largely intact and support her motivation to return to meaningful communication, especially with her family. Her strong intellectual background, family support, and motivation are major protective factors in her recovery. The primary focus moving forward included improving phrase-level speech, functional vocabulary, and participation in meaningful activities such as reading and family conversation, which makes script training an ideal treatment approach at this time. Script training allows her to rehearse personally meaningful, predictable phrases in a structured hierarchy to increase fluency, automaticity, and confidence. Catherine and I have been working together for approximately 4 weeks now, meeting 3 to 4 times per week for 45-minute sessions. She has successfully completed a couple scripts and is now halfway through her treatment cycle. Today's demonstration represents a session midway through the training of a greeting monologue that was developed in collaboration with her family, and her speech therapist. She wants to use the greeting monologue when her family visits. I anticipate Catherine will need an additional 3 to 6 weeks to master this set of scripts and integrate them into spontaneous conversation. For the materials that we are going to need is her personal iPad with a script rehearsal app such as Aphasia Scripts or Touch Chat. On this app, her personal scripts are downloaded so she can practice them for homework to support carryover and generalization. Secondly, and most importantly, we will need our scripts, which are written in big font on a printer paper, but it can also be written on individual note cards. You will also need your data sheet so you can collect, document your data throughout your session. Okay. Hi, Catherine.
Hey.
Today we're going to continue practicing your greeting script, the one that you want to use when your nieces visit. We'll follow the same step as usual. I'll model it, we'll say it together, I'll fade out, and then you'll try it independently. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Today we're going to focus on this one. So just listen and follow with your eyes. I want to hear about your day. Okay, great job following along with me. Now let's say it together. I'll point to each word. I want to hear about your day. Nice. Let's keep going. Now we'll say it together again, but I'm going to fade out my voice towards the end. I want to hear
about
your Nice. You kept your rhythm even when I faded my voice. Now it's your turn to say the whole script independently, but you can still use your script card. I'll point to the words.
I want to hear about your day.
Nice. That was fantastic. Now let's try it again, but without your script card. Take a breath whenever you need to.
I want to hear about your day.
Awesome! You remembered every line. Now that we have practiced this, how confident do you feel about that from a scale from 1 being the worst and 5 being the best?
4.
That's great. I will write that down. I will mark that down. Next session, we'll continue building your independence and then practice the script in a conversational role play, just like when your nieces walk into the room. Eventually, we should practice with your nieces together.
Yes.
Good. Great work today, Catherine.
Thank you.
Okay, so just some notes about that. So I quickly ran through the hierarchy so you could see what it was, but I'd like to make a couple of notes. When we get to the part where she independently says the script, but still looking at the cue card, you wouldn't move on to the next level, her saying it independently with no cues whatsoever, until she said it 10 to 15 times at 95% accuracy. When she gets to the independent level where no cues are provided, we would consider it mastered when she has and move on to the next script when she has said the script at least 20 times at 95% accuracy. And then that's when you would know to move on to the next script. So in this session, she had already said, "Hi, I'm happy to see you. Come sit with me for a bit. I want to hear about your day." And if you had time in the section, you would move to the next script, which is "Give me all the gossip." And then you would practice them all together and practice them in meaningful context, such as with her nieces, or practicing maybe with the nurses who come and visit her. Thank you.